Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a good morning. All right. Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Excellent. Thanks, Trade Forever. Appreciate that, brother. I thought it was a good video. I think very educational. Make sure to check it out. A lot of insight behind my mindset on the Nvidia trade, sort of from day one to some square one to where we are now. So I think a good one to check out for sure. Make sure to check that out. Yeah, a couple bank earnings today. I haven't really even been watching the economic calendar, but it looks like we're going to have to start watching it because they are coming in now. So, yeah, a couple, I think JPM earnings this morning, right? JPM, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citi. And you guys know the Friday with bank earnings is basically the initiation day. So definitely are going to see some more earnings reports heading our way over the next few weeks. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, Nvidia retested the daily 20 SMA this morning. Nvidia retested that 890 area. So, yeah, I mean, this is definitely a big watch today. Definitely something that I will look for more upside on. My next dog is going to be named Nvidia. What's going on, Chef? Morning, guys. We got the we got the Hezbollah day trader on today. That's 101 right there. You can't get that shirt. You cannot get that shirt. Options Insider Hasbulla 1 of 1 day trader. Morning. Just buy shorts. Would you mind looking at Boeing? Yeah, we'll take a look at Boeing today. Of course I wear it, Marvin. Love it. I gotta get Hasbulla's permission to sell those shirts. Morning, everyone. Welcome in. Press that like button. Wait a few minutes for some more people to jump in. Alrighty. So yesterday, channel low to channel high. We talked about this in my video yesterday. I would again not just say this because I want you to watch my YouTube videos, but I really do believe that you should watch the video I posted yesterday. It has a lot to do with the mindset as we, trade within this channel, and how yesterday we traded down into that demand low on the QQQ, and at that point, right, the risk reward was to the upside, right? At that point, the demand was below on the Qs on the NASDAQ, and the risk reward was to the upside, and I talk a lot more in depth and sort of through the mindset of that in yesterday's video, so check that out. But with that said, let's get started. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Here's my account, all right? This is what I own in my portfolio, just, full transparency. Clip it, right? For anyone that's interested, you can see right here, this is the April 12th 875 call. I have 19 of them. They're right now at $30. I'm up unrealized about 35,000, and I do still maintain this position. I am holding this into today. It expires today, but again, like I talked about in my video last night, this is so deep in the money. It's about $25, $30 in the money that it's really just intrinsic value. There really is no time value left on this contract, so I don't really need to worry about theta decay too much, being that it's so far in the money and the delta is 1, right? We have a 1 delta. So really just like owning shares, right? Pretty much it's like me owning 1,900 shares of Nvidia today. Okay, that's pretty much what this is. Right now, I pretty much hold 1,900 Nvidia shares this morning. And if it goes, so pretty much every dollar, right? Every dollar that Nvidia goes up, right? I make $1,900 today. That's pretty much the situation I'm in. Okay? So if Nvidia goes up $10 today, I make another $19,000. If Nvidia goes up $20 today, I make $38,000. So that's pretty much my situation coming into this morning. If it goes down $10, I give back $19,000. Okay, but I'm not going to let it drop $10. So we'll see what it does today, but that is my current standing, guys. Do I do much else besides manage this position today on this beautiful Friday? Probably not. So just to let you guys have a fair warning, if you're part of the community, if you're salivating, waiting for me to tell you what to trade, it's not going to happen today, okay? It's not why, first of all, that's not why I run a Discord community. I don't do it just to tell you what to trade. So I trade my account, right? This is how I run my community. I trade my account, and if I trade it, I let you know, right? If I have my own money on it, I'll let you know. If I don't have my own money on it, I'm not going to be throwing out trade ideas all day, okay? So if my money's on it, I'm letting you know. So am I going to do much else today besides manage this position? Probably not, guys. It's Friday. We've had a pretty tough start to April. This is a big trade for me. And you best believe that my mind is on managing this position and getting the hell out of here for the weekend, okay? So that's the key. All right, so with that said, let's jump into the futures. Rangers, yeah, man, the Rangers lost again. I mean, geez, that's not good for the Rangers. It's not good that the Rangers are coming into the playoffs on a 2-game losing streak right now. So, yeah, we need the Rangers to pick it up here. Hurricanes play tonight, and if the Hurricanes win, they are going to be tied with the Rangers for the President's Cup. So, interesting. Anyways, let's continue. So, what level needs to hold on the NASDAQ today? All right. What level do we need to see hold today on the NASDAQ for potential upside continuation? We need to hold right here. Okay. Anywhere between this 18,370 to 18,400 is where I'd like to see the NASDAQ hold for upside continuation. If we want to see this market actually hold up, actually continue higher, this to me is a must hold. If we break back under this daily 20 on the NASDAQ futures today, I think this entire move yesterday is going to be given back, right? I do not trust this NASDAQ to hold up. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if I've ever said that's not that it's any of your concern. I absolutely talk about my losers the entire damn week. I explained how I've had a tough week trading and I've taken losses. So, goodbye, JLH. You obviously are just an idiot. See you later. All right. So, NASDAQ, 18,370, 18,400. Okay, so big level here. And if we do not hold this 18,370, if we do not hold this 18,400, I think we're going to give back this whole move, right? I do not really like, I mean, let's take it back and let's sort of forget about what happened yesterday. This is still possibly more of the same, right? This is still possibly more of the same on this market, right? So, yeah, right. Upside yesterday, it felt good. We saw some upside action, and it was like, oh, okay, finally, maybe a little bit of something here. But could this do this today? Absolutely, absolutely. So don't get too comfy here, guys. Right? Don't get too comfy here. There is nothing stopping this market from doing this. There's nothing, right? It's done this, it's done that, it's done this, it's done this, it's done this, right? And maybe this again, right? So let's not get too comfy, right? That's number one, how we walk into today, all right? Let's make sure we're not the ones that are, I don't think it's random, no, but it's, when we look at the volatility that's happened over the last few weeks, right? Is this possible? Absolutely, it's possible. So don't think it's not, right? Don't think it's not. So just be aware of that. I would say you need to hold this 18,370, 18,400. I think that's a must-hold level here. If you break under this level, you're probably going to move lower to that 18,240, right? If you do not hold this daily 20 today, I would assume you come back down to that 50 SMA again, right? If you do not hold the 20, I'd assume you come back to the 50. The 50 probably is a pretty decent hold level, right? I would assume this is a pretty rock solid level if we do trade lower today towards that 50, right? If we come back to here, I'd assume that's a pretty solid level down there. So 18,240, and then if we break under the 20, if we don't, right? If we don't, then that would be the perfect long entry today, okay? If we can see a quality maintain above the 20 and above the 18.4, right? If we can get a quality maintain here, right? That would be the long entry to look for, okay? If we can see this maintain today, if we can get some very solid hold here for like 10, 15, 30 minutes today, this would be sort of that upside grind I'd look for, okay? So for me, that's the must-hold level, right? This is CPI highs. Remember CPI on Wednesday, right? Big CPI drop. We got above CPI highs yesterday in the afternoon. We have pulled back to the CPI highs. Can we turn CPI highs and the 20 SMA into a new low today, right? That's the major watch. If we cannot and we fail back below CPI highs and we reject the 20, then we're going to see downside again towards the 50. All right? So this is a major area today. 18,370 to 18,400. It's about a 30-point range. That's what I have here, about a 30-point range, right? 20 SMA, 18.4, CPI highs, a lot of stuff going on here. This is the main watch. Do not short into this 20 SMA because you are Nostradamus and you think the market should come back down today, okay? If it gets under the 20 and starts to reject here, then you can look for that downside with confirmation. Do not just start shorting today because you can't stand to believe that the market is up from yesterday, okay? Because it could just do this on you. All right, so watch this 18,370, 18,400, 20 SMA. QQQ, very textbook level to be watching here right now. Very textbook. You can see it right here. 443, 443, 443, CPI highs, and look at the level that's trying to hold right now. This is your level to watch today, $443 per share. If you hold above 443, you are going to potentially push higher off this level on a break and retest long. Break, retest long, right? That's if you hold above 443, okay? If you turn these previous highs right here into a new support, that is what you're looking for today. If you can do that, I would look for that upside continuation, possibly back towards this 446, 447.50. If you break below 443, here's a little bit of a concern of mine for you guys that looking to short, okay? This is a little bit of a concern. If you see us break under 443 and you start getting interested in the short side, the only thing I'd be careful of is getting too aggressive. If you drive lower into this 20 SMA, you could see a little fake out move, something like this, right? This is something that could happen today. It's very possible. You get a drop under 443. You get some rejections here, right? So you start to get interested. Hey, look at this 443 rejection. I might be able to play some downside. If that 20 SMA is sort of sitting, like, let's just call it like right around here, or let's say it's sitting right around here today. If you start seeing it dropping into that 20, you could get something like this and get a sort of a fake out move under 443 back into the 20, and then you see it sort of pop off that level. So that's something to be a little careful of today. If you are going to short under 443, please be careful of this daily 20 SMA. We know this has been a major level, and it's something that I would be careful of today as we trade lower, right? That could sort of be the hold level to be aware of. All right. ES, 20 SMA rejections, right? So the ES, and let me make this pretty clear. The ES is extremely weak versus the NASDAQ. Very, very weak versus the NASDAQ, okay? The ES is still 2% off that previous high, and I think the NASDAQ was almost at the high yesterday, right? You're 1%. So it's almost a percentage point difference here on ES versus NQ. Obviously, there was a lot of weak surrounding sectors on the ES yesterday. Financials were weak. Healthcare was weak. A lot of weak sectors compared to tech, right? Tech was really the driver of yesterday's move. So a little bit cautious here, right? This is when you have to be careful of, you say, hey, I like the market to go up, right? Because you have to be careful of what you're looking at. If you're looking at stocks like Apple and Nvidia and you're like, hey, Apple and Nvidia are strong, I like market to go up, I'm going to long SPY, right? This is potentially something that could hurt you because the SPY did not move higher like the NASDAQ yesterday. So if you're looking for upside, you need to make sure you understand what sector is driving the upside. And yesterday it was 100% tech. There was definitely upside on ES, right? We saw it on the SPY, we saw it on the ES. There was still upside on the market, but it was not as strong at all, especially in the morning on the SPY versus the NQ. So just be aware of that. Tech was definitely the driving factor yesterday and something to be paying attention to. Today, this is a must-hold level in my eyes, and you can see it is holding a little bit right now. So you can see that 52.15, 52.15, 52.15, 52.15 yesterday, and look at the drop and pop off that 52.15 right now. So for the ES, I would be watching 52.15, right? That is the level to be watching today. All right, and then we have this this low right here. That's obviously that 51.70, and then that 52.15. Above, we have around this 52.40 level that I'm a little concerned of, right? 52.40, 52.40, 52.40. So ES, it's a little I'm not going to lie. I'm not in love with it. 52.15 to 52.40 looks to sort of be a channel today. I would be a little careful in here. I would want to see us back above 52.40 before thinking the ES continues higher. And even then, right, you can see the 20 SMA reactions that came in. So it's not a great spot for the ES here. I don't think it's necessarily very strong. It did make, let's see if it can make a higher low. That's what we're going to try to spot today. Can the ES sort of flip the trend here and create a higher low, right? This was a low. Can we create a higher low here today instead of making lower highs and lower lows? So that's something you want to see today. You want to see the ES try to hold above this previous high right here, right? So we can see if this can create a higher low and start to trend higher. But we'll see, right? 52.15, 51.70, and then today I would watch out for this 52.40 supply above right here. Watch out for this 52.40. All right. SPY, it's all about 5.15. It's all about 5.15 on the SPY for me, right? As long as we're above that 5.15, I am not interested in downside. Okay, so I think this 5.15 level is very crucial. It has been crucial. We've seen it, right? And so 5.15, you can see it's trying to hold right now. This is a previous low from Tuesday, some Wednesday highs, some yesterday highs, and you saw what happened on 5.15 yesterday, right? Look at how sexy this is. This is just sexy, right? Boom, 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 right? Right off 5.15. After reclaiming that level intraday yesterday, the absolutely perfect opportunity to long yesterday. Look at how perfect. If you're paying attention to levels, if you know your levels, if you know how to watch price action off your levels, this is sexy, right? Perfect long spot. Off that 5.15, great upside continuation. That was beautiful. So today, right, if we're above 5.15, then we need to be careful of that level holding still. Now, here's the problem, right? This is the problem with the ES, the SPY. It's still sort of weak, right? We're still in this channel. So we're above that 5.15, great, right? That's good, but we're still below this 5.18. We're still below this 5.18. So you need to be aware of that. 5.18 rejecting is not great for the SPY. You really need the SPY above 5.18 to make it, to make you want to feel, to make it feel like it's going to move higher. So you saw that 5.18 hold last night, right? That was pretty nice. I saw us holding that 5.18 last night. That was good on the SPY, but you obviously have failed that. So you need to get back over that 5.18 for real upside. 5.15 is a good hold level. And if we just do this all day, you might want to start your weekend early. Russell really didn't go much of anywhere yesterday. Russell actually stayed within this sort of bearish channel, bearish lower high, lower low action. You see right here, previous lows, highs are still in. So careful here on the Russell. It's not that strong at all. As long as the Russell's under 2070 in the 50 SMA, that's still weak. Same thing on the Dow. Wow. Look at how clean that is. Damn. Just to let you guys know, I don't watch the Dow on the intraday basis, like at all. And we come back to these charts every morning at like 8:20 a.m. and it does exactly what we had in the live stream. So I just hope you guys sort of understand how important these levels are. I do not touch these levels ever before we come back to the Dow Jones and the Russell. I do not look at these on an intraday basis. So this level that we've had here, you can see how perfect it has reacted every day. And what an opportunity to be trading off these levels, right? I mean, this is just perfection here. So previous lows, new highs, previous lows, new highs, right? You're just stair-stepping to the downside. Channeling lower, right? Very nice. If you can get above one of these levels, this is your next move, right? Your next move, if you think there could be upside, is looking for this, right? That's your next move. If you can get back above these lows and you can get above these highs, then you look long right there. So we'll see. But right now, that Dow's still sort of weak. All right. Pop back into the NASDAQ. Yeah, man, it's a little sketchy out there today. Here's the other thing I wanted to point out real quick, guys, just to, sort of keep our minds open about this. The dollar has been going up quite a bit with this market upside, and so that's slightly concerning, I will say. This is typically not what you want to see during a market rally. So a little concerning there, I would say. I don't even know the best way to look at gold. I'll just go to GLD. Gold is obviously on an absolute tear right now. This is a big move on gold. Is that all-time high? No, it's all-time highs for GLD. How can I look up? Hold on. Price per ounce gold. 2,400 price per ounce. What's the highest? All-time high price of gold. Yeah, it's the highest it's ever been, isn't it? Is it /GC? Is that the gold futures? There it is. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I really don't watch gold. That's pretty big. If you guys own some gold, congratulations. I own some gold. This necklace is gold, so I got some gold on me. I got some value out of that. Maybe I'll make money on this necklace. Who knows? Yeah. Little concerning, right? Typically gold and dollar and and sort of treasuries, all of this sort of stuff moving higher. You got to watch out for it a little bit. I'm not like in love with seeing this. Typically I'd like to see, typically you'd like to see the 10-year dropping, dollar dropping, strong market. But that's not quite what you're seeing here yet. So just be aware of this, right? I'm not like sounding the alarms, sounding the Jim Cramer alarms, but it's just something to be aware of as you push higher. Okay? Just something to be aware of. That's all. I'm also not the economist over here. I'm a technical analyst. I'm definitely not an economist. So, yeah. Don't come to me with economic information. Not going to be my strong suit here. All right. Let's get into some stocks. Let's go to Tesla. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, please. 600 likes. We got to get to 80,000 subscribers, guys. We are about 300 subscribers away. Are there 300 of you in this live stream right now that are not subscribed to my channel? Maybe we can try to get to 80,000 by the end of the live stream. I doubt it, but we can try. Let's see. All right. Tesla. I'm going to say don't look at Tesla today. Okay? That's going to be my honest opinion. This is a shit show, in my opinion. This is an absolute shit show. I do not like anything on this chart. The only level that's had any type of influence in my eyes is $172 per share and the 20 SMA. But besides that, this, to me, looks hideous. Okay? This looks hideous. And so, I've pretty much fully retired Tesla here, guys. Not going to lie. I've bought shares, and I probably have officially retired trading this stock on an intraday basis until something changes. I will not be getting interested in Tesla between this 180 and this 160 area. This has been a disaster zone of back and forth, and I would not want to be involved. So you can watch 172. You can watch it. I think it's a quality possible level. But I will not be the guy that gives you that recommendation because I think it's a shit show, and I would stay away from it personally. But 172 could be your level. That's probably something you can watch. But I only recommend things that I would personally trade, and for me, I would not. So I will not be recommending that today. All right. Nvidia. Nvidia. Big watch. Okay. So you guys can see here, and if you want to watch a more in-depth analysis on Nvidia, I would go watch my video from last night. But as of today, I would be looking for, guys, I'm not talking about Tesla as a company, okay? I'm talking about the short-term technical analysis, short-term technicals, okay? If you're coming at me about long-term, 20 years from now, about investing in stocks, sure, I get it, okay? I'm talking about the last few weeks of price action and options intraday trading. All right, so 890. So you can see right here, 890, right? That's big. You can see right here, 890, big as well, okay? 890. Today, you'd like to see 890 hold as support. If you can get a pullback and hold around this 890, this could be your flag setup forming for that next upside push. Excuse me. Yawning this morning. Need more coffee. I would look for a little flag setup off this 890 level for that next upside move. That's exactly what I would be looking for today to try to find an entry on Nvidia if you believe there is more upside. Okay? So keep an eye on that 890 and keep an eye on that daily 20 SMA right here. You can see it sort of right there. Daily 20 SMA, 890, 895, all in this zone. I would be watching to see if there is a long. All right? And to the upside, I personally believe that Nvidia should be coming up to test this right here, 925. So right here, 925, 925, 925, 925, and that is sort of where I think you could come up to at 925. All right, so keep an eye on that, 925. Here's what I currently hold. You guys saw. Where the hell is it? Oh, I closed it. Damn it. Let me pull it up. Let's see how it's doing here. Here's what I currently hold on Nvidia once again. I have those 19 contracts, 875s. I will hold these today, guys, as long as we're above 890. That's my game plan. Above 890, I will hold this position. All right? So 890. Matt, you're right, Matt. You're very right about that, Matt. I will look for this 890 level to hold, and I will consider some next week options if I see a maintain here, right? If I see a maintain here, I will look for some next week options for that push up into 925 and maybe even higher, right? So here's your 4-hour chart. You can see we broke out of this channel, right? We held above that 860. We held above that 890. If we can hold the 890, I think your next test is 925. And if you can get over 925, then you're probably going to all-time highs. So keep an eye on this 890, big level to watch today. The next thing that I'm interested in is what happens with AMD here, right? AMD continues to be sort of dead, right? Sort of dead here on AMD. Does this wake up? And so right now, I can't say it's going to. What do we have on the economic data? I actually forgot to look at economic calendar this morning. So we have import prices at 8:30, consumer sentiment at 10, just to make sure you guys are aware of that. Import prices 8:30, consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock. Did we get any reaction on the news? Not much. Import prices, nothing really going on here, it looks like. All right. China news, AMD. Intel and AMD are getting booed from China. Oh, God. When did that come out? That just come out? Oh, that's from this morning. All right. Damn, Intel's getting hit, huh? So AMD, a little bit of negative news this morning out of China. I can see that. I'm still interested, though, right? I'm still interested. What happens at this 100 SMA, right? What happens right here at this 100 SMA? Something I am interested in watching. So keep an eye on this 100 SMA, keeping an eye on seeing if that is a hold level around that 160. But for now, you can see it is definitely in this sort of lower high type of formation, right? We've been making lower highs on AMD, right? See this? the next one could be sort of like this, right? So until we break out of this trend right here, this stair-stepping downside move, I need to see us back above that 174, holding above that for a potential long opportunity. But I am going to be watching how AMD trades at that 100 SMA. I'm interested. I'm interested in that. So keeping an eye on that. I'm not going to just panic over that news you saw this morning. I still think AMD could be a tradable low here around 160 at these previous lows here, 100 SMA, right? I'm interested in that and something I will watch. MU was a nice little flag pattern breakout yesterday, very similar to Nvidia here. You can see on the 4-hour chart. MU's actually had some really nice structure over the last few weeks, right? Really nice structure on MU, I'm not going to lie, right? And not a stock I would typically trade, but it's structuring pretty nicely to the upside. So today, I would watch this 126, right? I'd watch this 126. This is a previous high, previous low, previous high, previous high. If you can hold above this 126, I think this could be a move into 130, right? Something I would watch here. If you break back under 126, then yeah, it probably gets weak again. I'd be careful of that long. You probably trade back to that 120. But if you can hold over some of these previous highs, right, and turn it into a support today, this could be an interesting long spot for maybe that pop into this 130. So watch 126 on MU today. I like that watch. TSM, really nothing, just stuck in this channel, so nothing really to report new here on TSM, guys. I would just set your alerts. I'd go create alert at or above 148, and I would go at create an alert at or below, let's go 143.20, or let's go 143.50, just so I get an early alert, right? I would just do that, and I would do nothing else, and wait for that to break out. SMCI, sort of interesting, guys. I sort of believe that SMCI could have found a short-term bottom here. I'm not going to lie. I sort of was considering longing this. I mean, this 850 level is pretty nice. You can see we were trading in a channel lower, very similar to Nvidia, right? And you can see right here, we popped and held above 900. So this is a very key break and hold out of a channel. You see this? See how we were in this channel right here? And then we popped above it and held a previous key level right here at 900. So I think as long as SMCI is over 900, this could start being a channel to the upside, right? This could now do this, sort of that channel changing maybe back to the upside, something along these lines. You go from that channeling move lower, break back above, hold it a little inverse head and shoulder, and then channel back up, right? So I'm sort of interested in this. And if I can get a nice entry at 900 on SMCI, I might look for a long into next week on this one. Something I'll be watching. All right. Let's go to Meta real quick. Meta still rejecting this 523. You can see right here, 523 still rejecting. But I'm sort of interested in this daily chart setup, guys. If I am to remove these drawings real quick, this to me looks like a little bull flag, little flag for more upside on Meta, right? See this right here? You have this little pop, pullback, and I think this could be another move higher. This to me looks like that 20 SMA pullback on the daily chart, this little 3-day pullback. I don't know if this is called a 3-bar play. I think you guys probably know better. I've heard Rake talk about this. I'm sure some of you watch him. Maybe this is sort of his 3-bar play, right? I'm not familiar with it too much, but that looks sort of like it, right? You get your pop, 3 bars back to the downside, back into that 20. This is interesting. I sort of like this little setup here, right? I sort of like this little setup here. So keep an eye on this little 20 SMA hold on Meta. This is a very longer term view here, guys. Make sure you remember that. I know some of you guys are sucked in on the 30-second chart, right? I know some of you guys watch the charts like this on the 1 second. I can't even pull it up. This is not a 1 second trade. It's not a 3-bar? Okay. Well, whatever it is, guys, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's interesting to me. This is not a 1 second trade, okay? This is a multi-week trade if it does work out. So this is a daily chart, right? Remember that. And so you have to let this hold and work out. This is not a 1 second trade where you panic out of it the second it goes down. Okay, so interesting, but you need time. Okay, so let's see here, right here. We need to break over 523 before I even have interest in that larger term idea. If you can get over 523, I like it, right? Something to be watching here for upside continuation. But let's see if we can get that. Right now, you can see it's still rejecting. All right, let's go to, I know someone wanted to watch Boeing, so I will just get that out of the way before I forget. Yeah, this is sort of, I'm sort of happy I ditched Boeing in my long term. Doc, I don't know if you watch the live streams, but Doc was like, hey, man, you might be better off, putting that money somewhere else. And I think that was probably the right choice because this is dead money, man. This is dead money. I can't recommend investing in Boeing. This is just dead money that I don't think you're going to see a return on for a very long time. So, little concerning on Boeing. And that's a big break, guys. That's a very big break on Boeing. This is the low of October 2023. And I was expecting that to have a little bit more strength there. It has broken below, and it is now holding below. So, maybe earnings. I can't imagine Boeing earnings being good. I mean, if it is, that's crazy. I can't imagine it being a good thing. But 176, right? You just broke below that major October low. So if you can stay under 176, I think you can see more downside. And you probably will see more selling before earnings, right? You probably will see more selling, right? You can see earnings are right here. Earnings are on the 24th of April. So in 2 weeks. 12 days. You probably will see selling before earnings. I can't imagine people are going to be like, oh my God, I need to buy Boeing before earnings, right? I'm going to assume you actually get like, hey, maybe I should be careful here, right? Let me maybe de-risk Boeing a little bit. So, yeah, interesting. If you stay under that 176, I think you could see more downside here. And you can see yesterday, you got stuck under that 176 pretty clearly. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. 176, if you can see rejections here, then I'd look for downside. Yeah, I love Airbus. If it ain't Airbus, I ain't fine. What's Airbus's stock? I know Airbus is not, I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's on the U.S. market. What's Airbus's stock? If it ain't Airbus, I ain't fine it. Here's Airbus. Damn, is this thing not traded? Here's Airbus. Okay. Yeah. I like Airbus, man. All right, let's continue. Yeah, I look at PA&W because I'm actually interested in PA&W myself. This is a very interesting weekly chart. This is a very interesting weekly chart on PA&W. See this? So, previous highs on PA&W around 260. That's that earnings drop low. And we're starting to sort of base around it again. This could be a little weekly chart opportunity, guys. Right? This could be a little weekly chart opportunity. So keep an eye on that 260. Keep an eye on that 260 level to see if it can maintain. If we can maintain that 260, this looks like a pretty interesting weekly chart. And something I'd be paying attention to for maybe a longer term trade idea. It needs to, in my opinion, it needs to get over 293 before you really get sort of excited in this one. So 293 looks to be the level that I would want to see break before really getting aggressive here because you are definitely sort of rejecting this, right? So I'd be careful here, right? 293, possible rejection spot at this high, but definitely a 260 area that I'd consider looking for longs. So 260, 293. Some NASDAQ downside. Yeah. I would still just be aware of this little area here. ES 20 still at the 2215 area. Okay. NASDAQ under the daily 20. QQQ. QQQ probably trades back down to this daily 20 here. That's probably where we're moving to. That's what I would probably watch. Keep an eye on that daily 20 on the Qs. I'd assume we probably retest this daily 20 on Qs. Unless we can wick back up, that daily 20 on Qs is probably the spot I'd assume we move to. And then SPY 515. That's really a big level as well. SPY 515. I'd wait to see if we can move down to that. 515 SPY. And then what a 518 rejection. Dude, I don't care. This is exactly why people are just so annoying online. Vince, you've lost over 10K on Nvidia since yesterday's close. I don't give a shit, to be quite honest. It's the risk that I wanted to take. It's what I wanted to do. It's my opportunity. It was an opportunity that I wanted. So let's get this guy out of here. I don't care. I knew this was going to come. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the people in the chat to tell me that I would be losing some money giving back profits on Nvidia. I'm waiting for it. There it is, right? That's exactly, I was waiting to strike on someone that would say that. Guess how much, right, guys? To make $100,000 on a trade, you have to hold it while you're up 40,000, right? To make 50,000 on a trade, you have to hold it while you're up 20,000, okay? If you want to increase the amount of money you're trading and increase the amount of money you make, you have to hold it while you're up certain amounts, okay? So this is what trading is. If you are wanting to increase your risk and increase your profits, you need to hold them while you're green on them, okay? And that is what I am doing here, right? So if we want to look for Nvidia to move to 925 today, and I want to try to make, 50, 60, 70,000 on this trade, guess what? I have to hold it. And I have to take the risk and take the opportunity to hold it through potential downside. Okay? So now I had to comment on that one. I was waiting for it because I knew it would come. All right, so NASDAQ, not good. Not good, right? This is an aggressive drop. And we are right back in this channel. Right back in. So, you guys can see right here. We are right back in this channel. 18,240 to 18,370. Very important area, right? Very important area. So, we're right back in there, right? We're right back in there, and that's not great. Is the SPY at 515? SPY's under 515. So, like I said to start this live stream, right? Like I said to start this live stream, proceed with caution today, okay? Proceed with caution because to be quite honest, guys, remember the danger zone we talked about? Remember that danger zone we talked about on the QQQ? We're still in it, right? We are still in it. So, there's nothing that's saying that yesterday is going to change anything here, right? We are still in the danger zone on the Qs, right? And you are now at the supply high channels. So there is nothing here that makes me believe, it could change. So we could see this thing give back this move, right? And we could stay within the same channel. And we need to be careful that yesterday's move doesn't get us sort of interested in that, in the upside that could or could not continue, right? We have to understand that we're still in the channel and we are still having to play protective. Don't get worked up because of yesterday's upside. So right now, you're seeing us hold that 441.50 on the QQQ. That's something I would watch today. 441.50 QQQ, that's the 20 SMA. NASDAQ, that is around, it looks like this previous high right here, around 18,320. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that level on my charts there. 18,320. right here, 18,320, which aligns with that QQQ20 SMA at 441.50. ES, back right in the channel yesterday, man. And if we're under this little rejection, if we're under Wednesday's highs, guys, that's no bueno, okay? That's no bueno. Okay, let's get... I don't care if people are so dumb. Oh, Team Bull is going to take my subscribers. Okay, great. So, 52.15, 52.15. Keep an eye on that. 52.15. Watch out for that 52.15 Wednesday high. And on the SPY, 5.15. Big watch here. Okay, if we reject 5.15, keep an eye on that. If we reject 5.15 today, that is a very important level. All right, guys, I'm out. We've kicked out 5 people today. A lot of idiots in the chat today. I apologize. I'm out. Friday. Hopefully you enjoyed something today. I apologize for a little bit of a shit show. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, I just don't even look at the chat. Or maybe I just make it like subscribers only or something like that. Something. Usually it's not like this, but maybe people are just horned up today. So, a little bit horny in the chat today. Not sure where they came from, but we'll weed them out, right? That's what we do. We get more, right? We get more people in here, then we start weeding them out. We get more people, we start weeding them out, right? So, it's all good. That's what we do here. We keep the people that are loyal, that are here to focus, and then we kick out the Timmies. If you want to step in the arena, stay focused. We push them up, and then we weed them out. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. Appreciate it. It's Friday. I'm getting out of here. See you guys in the Discord, and have a fantastic weekend, my friends. For those that are here, I love you guys. Appreciate it. You guys are the best. So, I will see you Monday. Peace.